Tiffany officially nominated Xavier and Alyssa, with Alyssa being her target. And this last few days has definitely sent Xavier spiraling about the fact that Alyssa will be going before Claire unless Alyssa has the veto. Xavier's not the only one playing emotional on Friday. We'll get more into that, but first we will start with Xavier, who is trying to go full on Jed from BB Can 9. Xavier has really been contemplating winning veto while he's on the block, but using it on Alyssa, which would force Tiffany to either have to put up Claire or put up someone from the cookout. Either way, it would hurt Tiffany's game, but that risk could hurt Xavier's game in the process by sending Xavier's ass home. It's crazy that Derek F had to be the voice of reason with Xavier today when Xavier was bringing up that possible plan. Xavier's feeling like some players have been trying to play their own game in the cookout. I think Xavier hasn't had his moments. But Tiffany and Kylan definitely are two players that have played this messy game of pivoting away from the cookout plenty of different times in this game. Never completely, though, obviously, as the cookout is still together. So Xavier has a point, although Xavier wasn't talking about Kylan when he was talking about this. But yeah, Tiffany has definitely annoyed Xavier because Xavier doesn't feel like he's in control, and Xavier's not going to have his pawn last like he was hoping. So it's really, veto, once again, is important. If Alyssa wins veto, Tiffany's game, I don't know. Will she gain respect from the cookout if she puts up Claire? Maybe. But is that the best move for her game? No, I don't think it is. She might have to take that first shot at the cookout, but I don't know if she would at this point. And Xavier winning the veto and using it on Alyssa is not smart by Xavier. He has not been thinking clearly. Look what the fuck happened to Jed on BB Can. So I don't think he would actually go through with that. I would think he's just spiraling right now. Like, I get the incentive. Make Tiffany have to choose and really hurt Tiffany's game either way. But you're probably just hurting your own game in the process. And Xavier has played this game so safe up to this point. I highly doubt he tries to make that move, because if that happens, Tiffany should not put up Claire at that point. She needs to put up Big D probably in hopes that sends Xavier home, or Big D. I think Tiffany would be fine with either of those going. She's been targeting Big D though, even though I don't think that's best for her game. It's best for her game that Big D's targeting her. But is Big D really that big of a threat? Tiffany needs to think about some of these bigger players who have a shot at winning over her. Xavier, the biggest one, because every single person that has went to jury has said in interviews that Xavier is playing the best game. So he already probably has 3 jury votes already from Brittany and Sarah Beth and Derek X. But yes, Xavier spiraling has been the big thing happening these last couple of days. Now, like I speculated yesterday, that Hannah would cut Tiffany if she thought it was best for her game. And today, when talking to the cameras, she was saying that if she could get Tiffany and Azah to the end, it is best for her game if she cuts Tiffany and goes to the end with Azah. Hannah really thinking hard about that. She would want to be loyal to Tiffany, but knows it would be best for her game to go to the end with Azah between those two. Hannah will play this game savage. Hannah, I think, will cut anybody she sees fit to get to the end with somebody she can beat. And Hannah's social game has been great. I think she has really set herself up that she likely is not the target these next couple of rounds. Although with the doubles coming, I could easily see either Hannah, Azza, or Tiffany getting the boot at that first double. If Claire gets nominated, if one of the guys in the cookout win that double HOH and put up Tiffany and Claire happens to win veto and come down, they're definitely putting up another girl next to Tiffany. And I don't know who goes home in that instance. It depends who's HOH, really. If Xavier's HOH and Kai and Derek F are voting, and Claire's voting, I think Tiffany stays over either Azza or Hannah. I don't know if she stays next to Hannah, but she probably stays next to Azza in that scenario. But if Kylan is HOH and it's Derek F, Xavier, and Claire voting, and Tiffany's next to either Azza or Hannah, then Tiffany's probably going. Because I think Xavier wants Tiffany out now because he's so mad at Xavier. I mean, because Xavier's so mad at her, and then Derek F has been wanting Tiffany out. But so Hannah's thinking about her endgame a lot, which is good. But Hannah and Tiffany talking together sometimes does not give good discussions. They too, being emotional, starting to think like, fuck the jokers. Derek F and Azza should get voted out, and they should go to the end with Xavier and Kylan. That is a losing formula if they keep thinking in that direction, like they were trying to think on Friday night. And I just don't understand why they can't see how big of a threat Xavier is. Tiffany is so dead set on getting Derek F out, which really only helps Hannah's game, which really goes to show how good of a game Hannah is playing. She's always telling people what they want to hear and being able to maneuver herself to be safe while trying to get others she wants out of the game. That's good gameplay, and Hannah does a great job at that. If she really convinces Tiffany that Derek F is the biggest threat, that only helps Hannah because it gives more players in the cookout incentive to want to take Hannah further in this game instead of pulling in Derek F to the end as a GOAT. Getting Azza out too early for Tiffany and Hannah only hurts their games, especially if Claire is going next. If Claire sticks around, then maybe that's good for their games, but it's not good to lose both Claire and Hannah and go to the end with Xavier and Kylan. I mean, I'm starting to feel like either way, Tiffany's going to have to do a lot of winning down the stretch to win this game because I don't think she's going to get to the end otherwise. Even Kylan, who has been thinking maybe taking Tiffany to the end, doesn't know if he should take Tiffany or X to the end because they might beat him. So I think even Kylan would rather take a Hannah or Derek F to the end. So yeah, those two, Hannah and Tiffany, need to start thinking more clearly again, because as the day went on Friday, they were starting to get to more and more emotional thinking to their end game as well. Let's see if I have any more quick notes. I don't think so. Nah, I think that about covers the day, the cookout, planning their end games, but also starting to think with their emotions a little too much.